Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's head outside, take a look outside our weather window, and boy, it has been smoky all day long in the Wenatchee Valley especially. This is up at Lake Chelan. It was better than this around noontime, and it's gotten a little bit worse. Air quality up around the Chelan area. In Wenatchee, it has been, boy, unhealthy all afternoon. The good news is after today, this smoke should scour out and we are going to see plenty of sunshine. And folks, this is going to last for about the next 6 days. We are going to see high temperatures between 75 and 80, maybe a little breezy on Saturday before all good things must come to an end. And it will on Friday, a week from today. We are looking at more precipitation, windy conditions, and temperatures about 20 degrees cooler. We'll talk more about that and your complete forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Without debate or discussion, the Wenatchee City Council last night adopted new laws to remove parked recreational vehicles from city streets. Voters in the Eastmont School District will decide on a $185 million bond issue that would be used to expand, renovate, and improve safety at several of its schools. And Chelan County has confirmed its first known case of monkeypox. But first, our top story tonight, the East Wenatchee man who phoned a bomb threat to the Chelan County courthouse to avoid his criminal court date has been sentenced to almost 6 years in prison. 35-year-old Nicholas Henry Fulcher pleaded guilty to one count of making a bomb threat plus the original charge of fourth-degree assault on which he was summoned to court. He phoned in the bomb threat on June 15th and has been jailed since then. His plea allowed him to avoid a charge that he made a second bomb threat while incarcerated. Judge Travis Brandt sentenced Fulcher on Wednesday to 70 months in prison. Well, without debate or discussion, the Wenatchee City Council last night adopted new laws to remove parked recreational vehicles from city streets. Officials say RVs have become a nuisance in the city, particularly those used as shelter by homeless motorists. The two new ordinances prohibit on-street parking of RVs unless they're being loaded or unloaded, and grants authority, the city, to tow away any derelict vehicle. The city has helped finance Wenatchee's Rescue Mission's Safe Park initiative, which provides space and services for unhoused motorists for up to 120 days. Voters in the Eastmont School District will decide on a $185 million bond issue that would be used to expand, renovate, and improve safety at several of its schools, as well as improve its transportation services. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz talked with Eastmont Superintendent Dr. Becky Berg at Lee and Cascade Elementary Schools, both of which are targeted for improvements.
First of all, we're very thankful for the voters in Eastmont who've done their level best to keep our schools progressive and efficient. But we're now at the point where some of our schools, Lee was built in 1957, so we're dealing with a core of the school whose HVAC, whose pieces and parts we can't find anymore. So it's time. It's also time to look at security through a different lens, sadly. But when this was built in 1957, you could have outdoor hallways. You could have exterior doors, which I think there's over 30 here. We look at schools a little differently now. This bond, if it should pass, will be able to remove all of our portables in the Eastmont School District. We'll do it Eastmont style. We won't go over the top. We like to say we will not be building glass palaces. We'll be building very functional schools. I loved coming into our new cafeterias and seeing the good old linoleum floors that we had growing up instead of terrazzo marble or anything like that. So as we've been quoted saying in the paper, we're building Fords, not Ferraris, and we're very comfortable with that. What our parents and grandparents paid forward for us, whether it's an aging part of this school, a newer part of this school, is really that civic spirit. People may decide to vote yes or may decide to vote no, but we're always thinking at least a generation ahead as we prepare kids for the future.
Chelan County has confirmed its first known case of monkeypox. The Chelan Douglas Health District said the monkeypox case was confirmed October 5th. There have been just over 600 cases of the virus statewide, with 18 of those requiring hospitalization. Monkeypox, or MPV, is spread by skin-to-skin contact and can cause itching and painful rashes. People who are sexually active with multiple partners are at greater risk of contracting monkeypox. King County accounts for the vast majority of the state's cases, with 475. Only 2 cases have been confirmed in north central Washington, with the other reported earlier in Grant County. Well, when we come back, Wenatchee School Board directors picked the search firm that will hunt up a new superintendent for the Wenatchee District. Washington's Attorney General is asking for almost $25 million from Facebook's parent company now that the social media giant has been found in violation of state campaign finance law. And campfires in designated campgrounds and recreational shooting are again allowed in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back. In another news, Wenatchee School Board directors picked the search firm that will hunt up a new superintendent for the Wenatchee District. McPherson Jacobson of Omaha, Nebraska won the nod at Tuesday's board meeting over Washington-based Northwest Leadership Associates. It's the same firm that netted former Superintendent Paul Gordon, who left the district this spring after serving 3 years. McPherson Jacobson will now advertise widely to recruit a new district leader. Bill Eagle is currently steering the Wenatchee School District as interim superintendent. Washington's Attorney General is asking for almost $25 million from Facebook's parent company now that the social media giant has been found in violation of state campaign finance law. Bob Ferguson says he'll seek $24.6 million in penalties for 822 intentional campaign law violations committed by Meta. Each of those findings opens the company up to a $30,000 fine. State law requires companies that host political ads to make financial information about those ads available for public inspection. Since December of 2018, Meta failed to do that on its Facebook platform. It's the second time a state lawsuit has yielded such a judgment against the company. Campfires in designated campgrounds and recreational shooting are again allowed in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. The U.S. Forest Service reduced its fire restrictions to stage 1 yesterday, while adding that fire danger in the forest remains high and could actually worsen in some areas of lower elevation. The forest has been in the more restrictive stage 2 most of the summer, and stage 1 leaves many of those restrictions in place. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
As nature does its magical change from the green of summer to the orange and red of fall, camping in your old tent isn't going to cut it anymore. It's time for you to get a great deal on a motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel from Click It RV during our year-end clearance event. We need to make room for our 2023 models. Get 30% off, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and receive a lifetime warranty. Come visit us today off I-90 in Moses Lake and see big savings at Click It RV.
Chelan County is a great place to live. Let's keep it that way. Sean Smith here, and as a business owner, father of 4, and lifetime resident, I'm truly concerned about the changes I see coming in our county. As your next county commissioner, I will work diligently with every agency, our state legislators, and law enforcement teams to make sure we don't lose the quality of life we have come to appreciate. There's a lot more than simply planning and community development to be concerned about, and I am ready, willing, and capable of doing it all for you. I ask for your vote.
I'm Kim Schreier, and I approve this message.
Dangerous. That's how voters describe this out-of-touch politician, Matt Larkin. Because Larkin said he'd cut veterans' health care and supports a national ban on abortion, overturning protections here in Washington and putting women's lives at risk. Larkin even said he, quote, aligns with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and said, quote, this isn't the time for moderation. That's Matt Larkin, the definition of dangerous.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, Wenatchee has committed almost $1.8 million to help preserve its city pool. That's down from the $2.1 million the city balked it paying back in August. The aging facility needs a new liner and circulation system to prevent leaking. It's also suffered boiler problems that briefly closed the pool this summer. City Council members accepted the repair bid last night.
We ended up rebidding the project through September and October, opened the bids on October 3rd, and received one bid. The same bidder that bid the last time. This time the bidding was more favorable. So the staff estimate for this project was $1.6 million. The bid came in at $1.79 million. One thing I should mention, that's for the base bid. Base bid is changing out the liner and the circulation system underneath the pool itself. So that's kind of, if you picture the pool, it's pretty much everything within the footprint of the pool. Then we have two different alternates. The first alternate is to line the pipe that runs from the pool to the mechanical room itself. So it takes, there's a span of maybe 25 feet that runs from the pool building to under the pool deck into the mechanical room where all the filters and all that stuff happens. The second alternate item is to jackhammer out the pool deck, dig a hole, and replace the pipe that way. We could be looking at either just the base bid if the pipe is pristine and perfect. Alternate one, where we would line that pipe with a PVC liner, not have to dig the pool deck up. Or alternate two, if the pipe is really bad and we can't get it with the liner, then we would dig up the pool deck and replace the line that way. That way then we're good from the mechanical room all the way into the pool and the whole pool circulation system. With your approval, construction would begin July 31st of next year and extend all the way into October.
This is fine for the 10 years, but there is some excitement about the council, on that council, about so like an aquatic, more of a bigger project for everybody to contribute to. And so we'll need to encourage the cities around us and the counties to come up with a plan. I am going to vote yes to this, but I will not vote again to have this in the city. It's really needs to be a regional event, regional money, a regional place to have it for our future.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday. The weekend is upon us, but boy, our air today was ugly out there, wasn't it? It was in the unhealthy category for most of our day. Started off okay and then progressively degraded throughout the afternoon. This is what it looked like looking down at the Wenatchee Valley this afternoon. Other than that, our smoke is going to scour out just in time for our upcoming weekend, and for most of next week, we are expecting plenty of sunshine and mild temperatures, and folks, enjoy it because we have big changes to tell you about. Here's our extended forecast starting next Friday, and we are looking at above normal precipitation, and our temperatures are really going to take a nosedive, and we'll get into that a little bit more a little later on. But today we did get up to only 69 degrees, and this is the reason why. The sun just couldn't penetrate all of that smoke out there today. 62 is normal. 77, our record high set back in 1961. I thought we might flirt with that today, and without the smoke, I think we would have got there. 46 overnight low this morning. 42 is normal, and our record low, 25 degrees in 1969. Sunrise 7:18, and the sun sets tonight at 6:15. Let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into the upcoming weekend. I mentioned it earlier. I think most of the smoke and haze we're seeing today will scour out throughout our evening hours and especially tomorrow. And look at these temperatures. Upper 70s for the Columbia Basin, Quincy 77. Wenatchee going to be beautiful at 76 all the way up into Chelan. Also Omak, a nice warm day tomorrow with a high temperature of 77. Taking a look at tonight, mostly clear skies out there. Will remain mild too with low temperatures above normal into the low 50s. As we get in then to the upcoming weekend, boy, I hope you have some outdoor activities planned this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. Our wind direction switching more to the east and southeast, and that means clean air for Saturday. Get out and breathe a little bit tomorrow. High temperatures in the mid 70s, and then for Sunday, going to be just as nice. We expect sunny skies and mild conditions, high temperatures in the mid 70s, and then a boring forecast. Monday through Thursday, high pressure once again slides back up and becomes back in control of our weather like it ever left. We'll see high temperatures in the mid 70s for Monday as we kick off our next work week. Tuesday, more of the same, unseasonably warm with high temperatures in the mid 70s, but you can see what's kind of cooking out in the Gulf of Alaska, and that will affect us later in the forecast. Sunny and warm as we get you into midweek Wednesday next week, maybe even a little bit warmer into the upper 70s. And then for Thursday, sunny. Our last warm day will be Thursday as this system comes barreling in. High temperatures on Thursday in the mid to upper 70s. And this is the reason why, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of low pressure. It's going to shrink down our area of high pressure, and all that wind, cooler air, and some showers will be moving our way just in time for next weekend. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. 52 overnight tonight, 76 tomorrow, 75 on Sunday. Clean air throughout our forecast. That's the best news. And then Monday through Thursday, look at that. Sunshine each day with high temperatures in the mid and maybe even upper 70s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high-energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hello, my name is Alan Blackman, and I am running for Chelan County District Court Judge. It has been my honor to serve you as a prosecutor and public servant. I have worked hard to keep our communities safe. I have the knowledge and courage, but also the compassion and integrity to address mental health and substance abuse in our local courts. Please vote for the most experienced. Vote for balance, compassion, and integrity Vote Blackman for judge.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday. Well, the Mariners are going to have to regroup at home if they want to stay in the Major League Baseball playoffs. Yordan Alvarez delivered yet another punishing blow with a 2-run homer to give Houston a 4-2 win over Seattle in Game 2 of their American League Division Series.
Tucker sends one high and deep to right field. He's watching this one fly. And Kyle Tucker puts the Astros on the board. A roof scraper. See what he has in mind. 3-2. Santana on the ground. Slow roller. Gloved well. Coming to the plate. Oh! Valdez throws it away. A run is in. Haniger goes to third. And now going to get the rundown. Santana between first and second. Altuve runs him down. Haniger stays put. So it's the second out. Valdez with a wild throw to the plate. And we're all tied at 1 apiece as Suarez scores the run. And the second out in the rundown. And a line drive to right down. A base hit. Dylan Moore on the first pitch delivers the Mariners in the lead. And that one's hit well deep into left field. And Alvarez has done it again. Oh my goodness. He has put the Astros in front. A 2-run home run makes it 3-2 Houston. Bregman against Munoz. And he shoots one into right field, a base hit. Haniger got a good arm. He winds it up. Pena's on his way. And he is in there. Bregman comes through again. 4-2 Astros. Now the count 2-2. Presley fires a swing and a miss. Maldonado blocks it. He'll throw it to first to secure it. And that's the ball game. The Astros win again. And they take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 division series.
Manager Scott Service says he's proud of how his guys fought and that you just can't pitch around number 44 in the other jersey.
I thought our whole club really, the last couple of games here, have competed as good as you can. We've left it all out there. Luis today on the mound, stuff was crisp, was right after him, super aggressive, didn't walk anybody, and was very efficient to allow him to get deep in the game. Unfortunately, Yordan put a swing on a ball that is a ball and took it out of the park, so there's not a whole lot you can do about that one. But you kind of game plan and how you want to go through their lineup and the guys you want to be careful with, and when you're throwing balls 3-4 inches off the plate and he hits them like that, he's in the zone, and he's a super talented player, and he's made us pay here the last couple of days.
Seattle and Houston meet for Game 3 tomorrow at 1:07 at T-Mobile Park. George Kirby will go up against Lance McCullers Jr. on TBS. After being rained out yesterday, Yankees in Cleveland made up Game 2 earlier today on TBS of their ALDS. NLDS series moves to Philadelphia and San Diego, where the Phillies host the Braves. On FS1, that's followed by the Padres and Dodgers. Atlanta and Philadelphia start the schedule tomorrow at 11:07. New York moves to Cleveland for Game 3, the ALDS at 4:37 on TBS following the Mariners and Astros. LA and San Diego finish the schedule tomorrow night at 6:37 on FS1. Well, the Seattle Kraken are off to a 1-1 start to the NHL season after a 4-1 win over Los Angeles last night. Two teams traded goals midway through the first period before Seattle took a command of the game with 2 goals in the second.
Pass around the horn. Andre Burakovsky to the back door. What a save by Quick, but they put in the rebound. I don't know if that caromed off of a King's skates to help it along. Players get used to whatever the standard is. No real change to that this year. Wraparound score! Iafallo! 4 seconds into the power play, and the Kings have tied it. Morgan turned to shield the puck from Kopitar. Now the Kraken trying to get things going and tight. They score! Tanev walks out from below the goal line. Pass across, held on by Beniers. His shot attempt broken up. Beniers drifts back, starts again. Final seconds of the power play. Wenberg scores! Alexander Wenberg finds a way, slides it through Quick. Passes to Kopitar, and the pass was fumbled. Larson will shoot to the empty net and bury it. With 61 seconds to go.
Coach Dave Hextall happy to see the Kraken play an entire game to finish back-to-back nights to open the NHL season.
We played hard for 60 for sure, in every way. We were better with the puck. We were smarter in a lot of the areas that we wanted to address. But the biggest thing is we just played together as a group, and that's fun to do.
Seattle starts its home part of the schedule Saturday night at 7 against Vegas. The game will be broadcast live on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the high school football schedule got off to an early start in Brewster last night, where the Bears hosted Manson. Brewster had no trouble taking out the Trojans. 49-8. Waterville Mansfield's game, scheduled yesterday against Charles Wright Academy, was canceled. Coming up today, Oroville hosts Tonasket, Bridgeport travels to Liberty Bell, while Okanagan visits Lake Roosevelt, and Etiot plays at Soap Lake. Caribou Trail Lake tonight. Cascade celebrates homecoming, hosting Coopville. Quincy's in Chelan. Cashmere travels to Omak. Prosser bounced back from a loss to Othello last week with a 38-14 win over East Valley. Ephrata plays at Grandview tonight, while Sela hosts Zilla, and Othello travels to Ellensburg. Well, the game will feature tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, hopefully. It is the winless Davis Pirates against the 2-4 Wenatchee Panthers. Grant Olson will be joined by Paul Collard for the pregame at 6:30 tonight from Lee-Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, we hope. Coach Scott Devereaux says Davis can display some talent on the offensive side of the ball.
They're scrappy. Their quarterback is a real good scrambler. The offensive line has struggled for them. They have some speed on the edges. I think their inside linebackers are actually pretty good. Play a lot of man, they play some deep zone coverages, so we're going to take what they give us, and eventually we'll get more than that.
Davis and Wenatchee kick off at 7 here on the NCWLIFE channel. Other Big Nine play tonight. Sunnyside meets Moses Lake at Lions Field for a battle of first place. West Valley plays at Eisenhower. Eastmont, meanwhile, will be on the road at Sammamish tomorrow to face third-ranked Skyline. Coach Michael Don says Spartans have some talented players that will give the Wildcats quite a challenge.
They got 3 special skill kids, all with FCS or FBS offers. One's got an offer committed to Colorado State. The other 2 Eastern and Portland State. They're good space athletes, and they've been phenomenal defensively. I think they've given up less than 15 every game but one. The one team that scored on them was Lincoln, who's got a quarterback committed to Missouri. So they've got some guys too. It'll be a lot of fun though. It's a great opportunity for our kids to go over and see what we're physically made of.
Eastmont and Skyline kick off tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Much more sports on the website. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Coombs for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of my program, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, you know this guy, Russ Waterman, the athletic director for the Eastmont School District. If the bond passes on November 8th, we're looking at maybe some pretty nice upgrades to a facility that quite frankly needs it.
We've got the old house on the block. We need to get some upgrades in here. Nothing over the top, but something that's going to be able to, our community can be proud of and our kids can compete on with a safe environment.
Eastmont athletic program is going great guns, and if that bond passes on November 8th, they can get a facility that reflects that. Russ will be my guest on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Go Cats!
Go Cats!
Grant, back to you.
Dan and Russ, thank you very much. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com, or you can give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us. Have a great weekend and enjoy the beautiful weather.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel.